Wireless Android Auto is coming to Samsung flagship devices from 2017 onward. This is some killer functionality that I think flies under the radar. I think a lot of the reason that people aren't currently using Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is the fact that they have to plug in to interface. A lot of cars feature wireless chargers now, things like this. But also people just might leave their phone in their pocket if their Bluetooth system connects and it just starts playing whatever's playing on a phone or something. You might not have a tremendous need to use these types of services, even though your car has the capability. But with wireless Android Auto, I mean, the same would apply to Apple CarPlay, but in this case, it doesn't exist yet, but wireless Android Auto does. Now, you're always going to launch into this thing. Why would you have your car OS on there, which, as we all know, those are typically pretty clunky, when you just jump into your car and wirelessly the things take place? Now, it's important to note that even though these devices are going to support wireless Android Auto, I assume immediately, a lot of cars don't support it yet. So this is kind of the first step. There are a few cars and stereo units that do support the wireless version, but for the time being, most of them are still going to be wired. So we're in the early stages still. But for me, this represents the potential for a major shift in how our phones interact with our cars. More major than the wired version, which I just see so many people not using. It's anecdotal, but in my own life, people have these features built in. I'm in their car. I'm like, oh, you don't use it? Like, I never used it. Right. Never plugged in. And then you'll see people, they have the USB and the potential for it, and they'll still have like a car charger and like and just be using that and ignoring the fact that their car has that potential because it's just a little boot up. It's a process. You just don't end up doing it. Kind of like wireless charging in the car. If you just have to drop your phone, you're more likely to use it. In this case, same thing. Just hop in your car and it immediately boots up. So if you have a compatible car or head unit that supports wireless Android Auto, all you got to do is update your Samsung phone. This includes S8, Note 8, S9, Note 9, S10, and Note 10 series of phones. Update your Android Auto app, and boom, you're going to get wireless functionality. Up until this point, only Google's phones have supported this back to the Nexus 5X and 6P, actually. So Google phones, they've been interested in it. In fact, Google said that they were going to force compatibility in more newer versions of Android, including leading up to Android 10, at like creating it as a encouraging it as a standard. But it remains to be seen whether manufacturers will take that seriously or not. But I think you're going to have a boatload more people launching into Android Auto, having a better user experience in their vehicle because it's now potentially wireless and not wired. Yeah, that's my opinion.